Americans do roughly 35 billion loads of laundry a year. Have you ever thought about how much energy that might use, or how much energy we're simply just washing away? Well, we're the Laundro-Mates, and we're here to deep dive into these questions, to figure out how to not only save you money, but to help save the planet too. Today we have me, Mitch, Caleb, Sawyer, and Ruben to give you a short presentation on how we can save energy by simply changing our laundry habits.
First, we will be discussing the washing cycle. Americans do 35 billion loads of laundry a year. With a population of 330 million, this equates to about 2 loads a week per person. This large number of cycles completed per year means that any small savings in energy during the cycle will make a significant difference to the overall consumption of energy. During the washing phase, heating the water accounts for about 90% of the total energy consumed by the machine, and so this was a perfect spot to save resources. Average wash cycle uses about 19 gallons of water, or 71.9 liters, which will then be heated based on the selection of the cycle. According to General Electric, the temperature of a cold water cycle is 26 degrees Celsius, 35 degrees Celsius for a warm cycle, and 54 degrees Celsius for a hot cycle. We assumed that each machine across the country was hooked up to tap water for our calculations, as well as the temperature of tap depended on the area of the country, so we picked 20 degrees C to be a reasonable value. To find the energy used in heating the value, we found the specific heat of water and multiplied it by the mass of the water used during the cycle, as well as the difference between the tap water temperature and the load temperature. Assuming that each one of those 35 billion loads of laundry was done with hot water, we would have consumed 3.5 times 10 to the 14 kilojoules of energy, or equating it to tons of CO2. About 41.5 million tons of CO2 would be released in the environment just to run those loads of laundry. Comparing that with cold water, if we ran 35 billion loads with cold water, we would use about 6 times 10 to the 13 kilojoules, or 1 order of magnitude less, which equated to about 7.1 million tons of CO2. This is a massive difference for how small of a change it takes to run your laundry with cold water. Cold water cycles are used entirely. The US could prevent using up to 2.7 times 10 to the 14 kilojoules annually. However, washing with cold water does have some disadvantages. Detergents work better at higher temperatures, so you may not get the same cleaning effect using the same amount of detergent. This also may prevent cleaning entirely, depending on how dirty and what detergent you're using, as detergents don't work well under about 15.5 degrees C. So in cold tap water or during the winter, if you do not heat the tap water, your detergents may not work at all. Washing with cold water does have some advantages. Energy costs go down dramatically for laundry, as you are no longer spending so much energy heating the water up, though those costs are no longer accumulated. It's also less likely to shrink or fade clothes, and it's an extremely easy way to save cost and energy, as you're only selecting a different cycle and doesn't really require that much extra work on your part.
So let's assume that the average drying cycle lasts about an hour, and that a quarter of the dryers in the US operate on natural gas. For a gas dryer that uses about 22,000 BTU an hour, which was a spec taken from Home Depot's website, we're looking at about 23,000 kilojoules per cycle. And that equates to about 2 times 10 to the power of 14 kilojoules used each year by gas dryers in the US. For electric dryers, if we assume that they operate at 4,400 watts, we're looking at about 16,000 kilojoules per cycle and about 3.8 times 10 to the 14 kilojoules used each year by electric dryers in the US.
Next, we're going to examine the amount of carbon dioxide emitted from both gas and electric dryers. Gas dryers, under the assumption that they emit about 0.597 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilowatt hour of energy used, and the assumption that they use about 22,000 British thermal units, which is about 6.444 kilowatt hours of energy per cycle, emit about 3.849 kilograms of carbon dioxide per cycle. This totals to about 38,679,000 total metric tons of carbon dioxide emitted by gas dryers in the United States annually. Electric dryers, on the other hand, emit a total in the United States of 48,568,000 metric tons of carbon dioxide. This comes from the figures that About 40.5% of electricity in the United States comes from natural gas burning, which releases about 0.597 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilowatt hour of energy created. About 19.3% of electricity in the United States comes from coal burning, which releases about 0.962 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilowatt hour of energy created. And about 19.8% of electricity in the United States comes from renewable sources, which release about 0 kilograms of carbon dioxide per kilowatt hour of energy created. Overall, if dryers were used in only 2 out of the 4 seasons of the year, the United States could save about 2.9 times 10 to the 14th kilojoules of energy per year and emit 43,624,000 metric tons less of carbon dioxide annually. Advantages to hang drying clothes include energy costs going significantly down, clothes are less likely to shrink fade, and fabric is less likely to wear, and it's an extremely easy way to save energy. Disadvantages to hang drying clothes are that it takes roughly 2 days to dry clothes compared to a 1-hour drying cycle in an electric or gas dryer. Clothes may end up feeling crunchy, and space is taken up by clothes racks in people's homes and apartments.
Alright, so, in conclusion, if we only use cold water cycles and tumble dry for half the year, the US could save 5.8 times 10 to the 14th kilojoules of energy, or 43,624,000 tons of CO2 emissions per year. Now, to give you some perspective, 5.8 times 10 to the 14th kilojoules of energy is approximately equivalent to 443 million tanks of gasoline. Some food for thought. Now, what steps can you take at home? For most use cases, wash your clothes on the lowest temperature there is. If the clothes are too dirty, proceed to raising the temperature a bit. That's all it is. Now, you may also air dry clothes through the warm months of the year. And if there was excess water, just feel free to squeeze it out. Just let it air dry, okay? You can try experimenting with lower drying times as well. This will save your bill and will save the environment. Whatever clothes are left over, if they're too wet, just put them up on the rack and let them air dry. So, that concludes our presentation with the Laundro-Mates. And we hope that you take the actions necessary to save the planet and save your money. That's it.
All right.